think it's recording.
Wait, can they hear us? That's a recording. I didn't know if you had to put the microphone on mute.
No, I do. All right.
My bad.
Is the microphone on?
It's on or off?
It's on.
Oh, and that wasn't on.
All right. Here we go. So area of a regular polygon. So I got A equals apothem times perimeter times 2. Divided by 2. Okay, so find the area. Okay, so we have the perimeter. Cool. So what do I need? I need the what?
Radius.
I need the apothem because it's apothem times perimeter divided by 2. Oops, sorry.
But you would still need the radius, right?
Not necessarily.
I gotta make me look stupid. Can you just?
It's okay. All right. Cool. So let's draw the apothem. So go to the center as best as you can. All right. So how is the perimeter going to help us find that apothem?
Because if you find the perimeter, you can find each and every one of the sides singly. And
Perfect.
then you can split that in half, and that's where you place the apothem.
It's not the, when you split it in half, it's not the apothem length, but that does help us. Okay, so we need to do what Jason said. So how many sides do I have?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7
have
sides.
7, right? So if I do 14 divided by 7, that'll get me each side. So what do I get? 2. All right. Now, what does the apothem do to that side? Bisects it. Awesome. So I know this is 1 and 1, right? All right. Now, we need to draw a right triangle. So what do I need to draw? Right, we need to draw the radius, right? Or the radii. So Gay was right in that we need the radius, but we don't need the actual length, right? We just need it to create our central angles.
Can't we label these?
Yeah, if you want. R. Look at that.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking
R
about?
stands for radius. I'm talking about like the points.
If you want. All right, so let's find that central angle. How do I find the central angle? Thank you. 360 divided by the number of sides. All right, what do we get?
51.4285714.
Let's leave it as just 0.4. All right, so the central angle is 51.4. All right, and then what does the apothem do to that central angle? Bisects it, right. So I need to do 51.4 degrees divided by 2. What do I get? 25.7. Wow, thank you. 25.7. So that is this little bitty angle in here. 25.7. I know you can't see that. So let's redraw that triangle so we can work just a little easier. I would. So this is 1. This is my apothem. Then this is 25.7. Okay. So do I need to find the hypotenuse? No. You could, but it's not going to help us, right? We want to find the apothem. That's what we need. All right. So from this angle, I have the opposite. And what side do I want? You're adjacent, right. So what uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent. Nice job. So tangent of the angle, which is 25.7, equals opposite over adjacent. So see what I mean? That you might want to do this work on a separate sheet of paper so you have more room. All right, so I'm going to put this over 1 and cross multiply. Okay, I'm going to continue number 1 down here. This is why you probably want it on your sheet of paper. All right, when I cross multiply, I get a times tangent of 25.7 equals 1 times 1, which is 1. Is the variable by itself? No, so I have to divide by tangent of 25.7. So I get A equals 1 over 25.7. So what do we get?
2.1.
Perfect. 2.1. So my apothem is 2.1. All right. What did we need at the beginning? What did we write?
We can't see it.
You have it. You should have it on yours. We wrote need what? Well, why didn't? Yeah, you wrote it. What did we need? We needed the apothem. Did we find it? Yeah. So the area is equal to the apothem, which is 2.1, times the perimeter. What's our perimeter? 14. And divide that by 2. So you should get 14.7 meters squared.
I've never understood, like, why is it that we do, like, so much work just for one problem? Like, why does math keep getting more complicated and more complicated?
Because you're going up higher in math.
Well, I know, like, literal, like, in school-wise, but I'm talking about in the real world, why does it even matter?
Next year, well, we're gonna take algebra 2.
Yes.
Is that hard?
It's a real world question, not a mathematical question.
I don't know. Okay. So you're just wondering why we do this?
Yeah, like, what's the point of this? Like, where are we going to use this,
You won't, probably, but it is used.
and what profession?
Like, it could be used in coding. It can be used in all sorts of, if you're trying to find the area of, like, a weird shape, you can make, so if you're trying to do area of a field, and the field isn't correct, like, it's not like an actual field, like a square or a rectangle, you've got weird shapes. Okay? You can find the area of different shapes going on. Like, this might be, yeah. You could, like, how something sprays, it could spray one direction. Alright, so let's look at this one. Alright, I'm going to work this one out on, well, then the people can't see it at home. Alright, so we have that, we have one side, right? So we can easily find the perimeter.
You realize you're doing number 3.
Yes, I do realize that. Alright, so when we find the perimeter, how do we find the perimeter? What do we do?
Oh, it equals,
Just
all
what do
the
we do?
sides
Yeah.
times, all the sides added together.
When we find the perimeter, we add up all the sides, right? So one side is 11 root 3, so what do I know about all the sides?
They're all 11 root 3.
Right, so when we add up all the sides, okay? Now, when you add these together, when you add radicals, then the radical has to be the same. kind of like you could only add 11x plus 11x plus 11x, right? You could add these together because they're all the same, right? If you add 11x plus 11y plus 11xy, could you add any of those together? No. Okay? So just like the x's, your radical has to be the exact same, and then you add all the numbers in front, right? Just like here, all the x's are the same, and we would add all those 11s, right? So what's 11 plus 11 plus 11? 33. All right, and then tag on that root 3 at the end. All right, so the perimeter is 33 root 3. All right. It's because you treat it like an x, right? We don't do x squared, right, when we just add them. Okay? All right. So let's find that central angle. How do we do that? Now we need to find the central angle first. 360. Right. 360 divided by the number of sides. So what do I get? 120. Okay, now let's draw the apothem. So all these angles in the center are 120 degrees. Okay, what does my apothem do to that central angle? Cuts it in half. So then what's this angle here? Perfect. This is 60. What angle is this? Perfect. All right. Now, I know that the apothem bisects the side, right? So that's divided by 2, right? So that's 11 root 3 divided by 2, right? Because we can't simplify that. Okay? So it's given me the long side. And we know that the long side is equal to the short leg times radical 3. Correct? Yes. All right. So we want that apothem. So the short leg is our A. And then what's our long leg? It's a crazy number. Yeah. 11 root 3 over 2. All right, how do I get A by itself? Divide by radical 3. Okay, that's a crazy fraction happening. Okay, and you can't even see what I'm writing. Okay, so I'll write it on the board. So I have 11 root 3 over 2, that's the side, right? Then I divide it by radical 3, correct? Yes? Okay. So this is a blast from the past, okay? When you divide fractions, you keep the first one, change it to multiplication, and flip the second one. So that's 1 over radical 3. Okay? Alright, so multiply straight across. That's 11 root 3 over 2 root 3. What happens here? They cancel. Boom. So I'm just left with 11 over 2. So my apothem is 11 over 2.
What is that?
Yes. That's just, I mean, not all the sides will be like a gross number. This one just happened to be gross. That's the apothem. All right. So if I write that down, or if I change that to a decimal, what would that be? 5.5. All right, so my formula is the apothem times the perimeter divided by 2. Do I have both of those? I have the perimeter and I have the apothem. So apothem is 5.5 times 33 root 3, then divide that by 2. All right. So 5.5 times 33 times root 3. Oh, not L3. Okay, and then I divide that by 2. So I get 157.2. Oh my gosh.
I think this might be the hardest thing I've
So 157.2. Now, if it said exact, that means it wants you to leave this out of the multiplication process. Okay, so this is approximate. If it says exact, that would be 5.5 times 33. Divide that by 2. And I could change that to a fraction. So 363 root 3 over 4. That would be insane. Okay? All right. So, what I want you to do, okay, what? 30 minutes. Okay. So I have practice here. Okay. These are a little more simpler than the ones that we just did. Okay, these are more like the first ones, or the first example. Alright, so get into your partners. Now since you're getting close, then that means that you need to have your mask over your nose and mouth. Okay? So you're going to work on these 4, and then on the back, I'm going to give you a challenge problem to do. So it'll be a harder one, like one of these, okay? Go ahead and get in your group. Alright, and I'm going to put the challenge problem on the board, and that's what you're going to work on the back. No, you're doing all of those, and then I'm going to check them, and then you're going to do the work on the back. Yeah, they're a lot easier than the ones that we just did.